Hey guys, tonight we slip quietly into a place of faded photographs and black and white newsreels. A long road. Philippines. April 1942. The night is warm, almost sticky. Air hums with crickets. You can't quite hear, but somehow feel. Palms sway, restless and half asleep. Salt from the sea, damp jungle earth. The whole island breathing, slow, and yet, beneath that breath, cold surrender. American, Filipino soldiers lay down weapons. The war ends here, but not kindly. You, yes, you, stand among them. Boots scuffed, hands trembling. Fear whispers quietly. Between men. You probably won't survive this. Not because you're weak, but because almost no one could. So, before we sink deeper, like the video. Subscribe if you love what I do. Tell me where you are, and what time it is. Now dim the lights. Maybe turn on a fan. Let it soft hum. Be your anchor. Let's ease into tonight's journey. You wait. Rifle gone. Canteen nearly empty. Night air heavy as warm honey. Someone coughs. A truck rattles far away. Headlights dimmed. Soldiers, restless shadows. No one knows what's next. Rumors drift. Trucks, ships, safety. But mostly silence. Your body aches. Every bone tired. Yet shoulders clench. Unknown fear is sharper than pain. A man beside you. Ghost pale face. Sweat cutting streaks through dirt. His lips move. Prayer or breath. Someone whispers, water. None tonight. Japanese guards watch. Rifles angled. Bayonets catching moonlight. Voices you don't know. Tones sharp, clipped, impatient. They want you moving. Once you walk. No pause button. For now, stillness. Feet shuffle on packed dirt. Small stones bite your soles. A warm breeze comes. Mango trees, smoke. The jungle never sleeps. Insects click, frogs drum. For a heartbeat. You pretend to be elsewhere. But reality returns. Bataan. Heavy even to think. Weeks of hunger. Disease creeping quietly. Historians still argue. Could anyone have held longer here? More ships, more luck, more supply? Too late for you now. Someone laughs. Thin, brittle. Fear sometimes sounds like laughter. A joke about eggs, breakfast, home. Dies quickly. Metal clangs far off. Truck door? Guards tense, mutter, wave. Line stirs. Moonlight edges out. Silver washing the road. So beautiful. Painfully so. Because you know. It's the last gentle thing. For a long while. Throat scratches. You swallow, it hurts. Thin cough stifled. Salt sweat, leather. Gun oil on the air. Road glows pale. Miles ahead. Miles. Home drifts up. Kitchen light. Worn chair. Laughter soft and far. Paper lantern memories. Floating down a dark river. A soldier mutters angels. Another breathes, slow. A dog barks once. Then silence. Even animals know. Shout, sharp. Command cracks the night. Guard shift. Rifles jab forward. Line moves. The march begins. Boots scrape. Thousands of feet. A shuffling tide. You move. No other choice. Night closes behind. Only road ahead. Oddly quiet. Cloth whisper. Soles knocking earth. Legs heavy. Pack rubbing raw. Throat burning. But you walk. Because stopping isn't allowed. Air clings, thick. Mosquito hum near ears. Sweat trickles slow. Stars fade. Clouds drift. Moon slides away. Darkness deepens. Lanterns swing yellow. Light trembles on hollow faces. Breath slows. Long inhale, long exhale. Not calm. Resignation. You don't know it yet. But this first quiet stretch is the easy part. Soon the sun. Soon the crush of heat. Soon thirst will roar. For now, night carries you forward. Step. 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 Jungle hum on both sides. Life goes on. Lizards, birds, tiny glowing lights. You envy their thoughtless world. Boots on broken roads. That's where you find yourself now. Morning hasn't yet decided to arrive. But the night is giving way. Slowly, stubbornly. Like a curtain pulled back grain by grain. Your feet ache already. They shouldn't, you've barely begun. But somehow they do. Blisters wake up, raw and sharp. Your calves tremble though you command them to still. You glance down. Dust clings to everything. Your once strong boots sag at the seams. Little pebbles wedge themselves in every crease. And still, you walk. Around you, the slow shuffle of thousands. Some taller, some smaller. All reduced to the same bent rhythm. One line. No ranks. No flags now. The road is old. Cracked. Bits of coral stone shining like tiny teeth. It cuts and bruises with each step. Every few meters, another rut. You stumble, catch yourself, move on. A voice drifts from somewhere behind. A joke about breakfast again. The laugh it triggers is hoarse, dry. But it feels human. And that's rare already. Up ahead, a guard barks. Two prisoners hurry to catch up. Bayonet tips gleam just enough to warn. You know. Falling behind is dangerous. You've heard whispers. Men left where they drop. Sometimes worse. Still, the line trudges on. Heat begins to arrive. Not fierce yet, but present. Like a slow match being struck. A promise of what noon will become. Your throat scratches. Already desert dry. There's no water. No one dares ask. The canteen you carried is empty. And even if it weren't, you're not sure the guards would allow it. A thought flickers. Just one sip could help. But better not. Not now. You notice the man ahead. An older Filipino soldier. Thin as bamboo. His left boot has no sole. His foot leaves a faint blood print. With every other step, he doesn't slow. You want to help, but your own legs protest. And what could you even do? There's no stopping for kindness here. On the roadside, houses appear now and then. Simple nipa huts. Silent and shuttered. Villagers hide behind woven walls. Peeking maybe, but unseen. You imagine eyes wide with pity. Or fear. Historians still argue whether more locals tried to help than were caught. But to you now, the road feels empty. Somewhere behind, a soldier groans. Low, deep, not quite human. Then nothing. No one dares look back. You keep eyes forward. On the road. On the man with the bleeding foot. On the tiny cloud of dust with every step. A truck passes. Its engine loud, harsh. Japanese soldiers inside. laughing about something you can't know. One tosses a cigarette out the side. It lands, still glowing. A man lunges for it and stops mid-step as a guard swings his rifle. No one breathes until the truck disappears. Your pace picks up. The guards motion with sharp hands. Faster. Always faster. You obey, though your lungs burn. Sweat slicks your spine. Runs into the waistband of your trousers. Sticky, salty, unrelenting. Mosquitoes follow the damp scent, buzzing like tiny saws near your ears. Someone up front stumbles. Shouts. The line halts for a breath, then jerks forward again. He's gone. That quick. You step around something dark on the ground. You don't look closely. And still, you march. Because stopping means trouble. Because behind you, rifle butts wait. Because even falling gracefully is too costly. You try not to think about distance. But the road stretches like ribbon. One endless, sun-cracked ribbon. And somewhere ahead, a voice whispers, Merivals, San Fernando, O'Donnell. Names you half know, but they feel like foreign stars. A thought nudges. Home again. The kitchen light from last night's dream. But it fades fast, washed away by dust and sweat. Someone hums quietly. A hymn? Hard to tell. The sound trembles, but it threads through the march. A thin, fragile comfort. Then the guards snap again. Faster. Always faster. Your legs feel wooden, but they move. You've stopped listening to pain. It's just noise now. Sunlight edges higher. No longer morning grey. Now pale gold. Brightening into white. It glances off helmets. Off bayonets. Off the sweat on every neck. The road grows hotter underfoot. You can feel it. Each step like pressing skin to a stove. The man with the bleeding foot limps harder now. You pray for him silently, though prayer feels thin here. You want water so badly it hurts. Your tongue is heavy. Your lips cracked. Every swallow like glass. Someone coughs dryly and doesn't stop for a long time. Another guard swings his rifle butt. A warning to keep pace. Dust jumps, men flinch. But no one breaks rhythm. Ahead, a shimmer of heat on the road. Waves like invisible curtains rising. You know the day is about to open its jaws. You breathe deep. Slow. One step, then another. Trying to forget distance. Trying to remember air. And trees. And the way a morning should smell. But here, it smells of dust and fear. Boots keep scraping. Hearts keep beating. And the road goes on. Heat that melts resolve. It comes slowly. Then all at once. The sun rises heavy. Round and merciless. Climbing without hurry. But unstoppable. At first, just warmth. You almost welcome it. A small kindness after the wet night. But quickly, warmth turns cruel. Light hardens, sharp as glass. Air thickens. Breath feels like swallowing soup. Your uniform soaks through. Sweat runs in thin rivers. Down your spine. Across ribs. Into boots already raw. The road brightens. Dust turning white and blinding. Each stone now glares upward, reflecting heat straight into your eyes. Your head bows. Instinct. You tuck chin to chest. Watch only the boots ahead. Someone mutters. Voice cracked. Feels like walking inside a furnace. You agree silently. Your skin stings. Sunburn blooming where sleeves ride up. Salt crusts your eyebrows. Dry and itchy. You want shade. There is none. Trees stand far back from the road. Green but untouchable. One man stumbles toward them, desperate for a scrap of shadow. A guard yells. A rifle cracks. He doesn't reach the tree. The column does not stop. Historians still argue whether guards acted from cruelty or harsh orders. But here and now, the reason doesn't matter. The road moves on. You feel fear shift inside you. Not panic, but slow, heavy dread. Like stone settling deeper into river mud. Another joke surfaces. Someone behind you wheezes about sunscreen. Crocodile dung would be better than nothing. A few chuckles flicker, quick and thin. It helps for a heartbeat. But the sun listens. It pushes harder. The sky turns white hot. Horizon wavering. Everything trembles with heat. Your thirst becomes animal. Tongue swollen. Lips cracked to bleeding. Each swallow knives down your throat. Water. You think of nothing else. Cool. Clear. Ice in a glass. Condensation dripping. A cruel mirage in your mind. Up ahead. A glint of real water. A shallow ditch, rain collected. Dark and shimmering. Men turn their heads. Eyes bright and wild. But guards shout. Rifles snap into aim. No one moves. You swallow dry air. Feel its great roar inside. The line falters as one soldier collapses. Face first in dust. No one can help. You step around him. Boots stir a small cloud over his still shoulders. Your brain starts strange games. Counting steps. Counting breaths. If I take 100, then 100 more, maybe something will change. Heat laughs at your bargain. Sweat has nowhere left to go. Skin just slick and empty. Your head pounds slow and deep. A drumbeat behind your eyes. The jungle seems alive, mocking you. Bright parrots call far inside. Monkeys chatter faintly. Life thriving. While you shrivel. You glance sideways once. Just once. The trees whisper shade and damp earth. But guards ride there too. Rifles easy. Eyes sharp. No escape. You push forward. Feet numb now. Numb but still hurting somehow. Each step is borrowed energy. Somewhere behind. Someone starts singing. Faltering and thin. It's almost comic. Almost holy. The words break apart. But the melody drifts on. A ghost of courage. A guard silences it with a snarl. Silence swallows the song whole. Your mind wanders home. Again. A kitchen tap running cool water. A glass sweating rings onto a table. You could drink forever? You wonder? How long till your body quits? Till legs buckle? Till heat takes you? But you keep moving. Somehow. The man with the bleeding foot. He's still there. You fix on him like a lifeline. If he can go on, so can you. Time dissolves. There's no morning. No noon. Just bright weight crushing down. Every breath shallow. Every thought slow. A soldier sways beside you. Catches himself. Another fails. Falls sideways like a broken door. Dust blooms over him. And the column veers just enough to pass. Your heart aches. Not the muscle. The spirit. Yet your body plods on. You notice tiny details. Ants crossing the road. Undisturbed. They know nothing of surrender or war. They carry crumbs larger than themselves. And vanish into grass. You envy them. Wildly. Guards shout again. Pick up pace. Always faster. As if speed alone will thin your numbers. You obey. Your knees shake. But you obey. And the sun just burns. Endless, merciless. Like a living thing. That feeds on weakness. Soon your vision flickers. Edges gone soft. But still. 1 foot. Then another. It's no longer walking. It's something slower. Duller. Like drifting. Yet you remain upright. Somewhere in that haze. A small joke surfaces from earlier. Crocodile sunscreen. It almost makes you smile again. Almost. Then heat smothers it too. Water you cannot reach. It glitters just ahead. Teasing. Mocking. Alive with impossible promise. Streams appear now. Thin silver lines running beside the road. You hear them first. A soft murmur against stone. Then see the shine. Cool. Bright. So close your chest aches. Your throat clenches hard. Instinct pulls you sideways. But you stop yourself. As everyone does. Because rifles watch. A man tries anyway. Not a leap, just a slow veer. Shoulder drifting toward the bank. A shot cracks. Dust kicks high. He jerks. Collapses. Water ripples untouched. The whole line stiffens. No one breathes for a moment. Then boots shuffle again. The road swallows him. And the march goes on. You tell yourself, don't think. But thirst doesn't obey. It sharpens. It scrapes behind your ribs. Lips split deeper. Tongue swells thick and dumb. Every glimpse of water stabs. Sometimes it's real. Small streams. Ditches. Tiny rice paddies. Sometimes only mirage. Blue shimmer above the dust. Your brain plays tricks now. It whispers. Just a sip. 1 mouthful. What could it cost? But cost is clear. You saw the man. Everyone saw. Sweat drips into your eyes. Burning salt. You blink hard. Vision blurring anyway. The guards bark and laugh sometimes. It's casual cruelty. A cigarette shared. A joke you don't understand. One points at the water. Then waves his rifle. Like a fisherman teasing prey. Historians still argue. How much was orders? And how much was sadism? But here, debate won't quench your thirst. Your boots squelch slightly. Not with water, but with sweat pooling in the soles. The smell is sour, human. Feet slip inside the damp leather. Someone ahead mumbles. Voice dry and cracked. Think of rain. You want to laugh. But your throat won't let you. Heat presses heavier now. Sun overhead. No longer climbing but sitting. Glowing like a white anvil. Every shadow shrinks to nothing. Another man breaks. Drops to knees. Crawls toward a ditch. Guards shout. No one stops him. 2 steps from water. He's down. Still. Dust floats from his fall. Hangs lazy in the light. You stare too long. Then jerk your eyes away. Your head swims. Sounds muffled. Heartbeat thick in your ears. You focus on feet. Boot ahead. Then your own. Boot ahead. Then yours. You invent tiny promises. Just make it to that tree stump. That bend. That cart half buried in grass. But each goal comes and goes. And the road is endless. Sweat runs but brings no relief. Your skin dry though wet. Every pore pleading for water. You can't give. Someone moans behind. Long and low. Then silence. You glance sideways again. Trees whisper. Cool darkness beyond. But the rifles know your thoughts. A lorry roars past. Metal, stink of oil. One guard tosses a canteen. Empty, dented. A taunt that clangs on stone. The man with the bleeding foot still moves. You lock eyes for a second. His face unreadable, but alive. Small miracles. A breeze rises suddenly, just enough to cool your temples. You could cry if you had moisture left. Someone chuckles. Strange, unhinged. Remember ice? They rasp. Laughter trickles weak but real. Even here. Humor clings like a ragged flag. But thirst doesn't laugh. It roars quiet and deep. Everything is mouth, tongue, throat. Your mind floats away sometimes. You picture rain on tin roofs. Streams over rocks. A cold faucet turned on full. Then come back. Because the road tilts and you almost stumble. More men fall now. Less drama. Just soft collapses. Each one marks the distance. Like strange mileposts. The smell changes too. Sweat, dust, and something metallic. You push it aside. Guards grow impatient. They prod with rifle butts. Bark faster. Faster. Your legs obey. Though each step sparks pain. You whisper to yourself. Keep going. Don't look at the water. Don't think about the glass in your kitchen. Another stream flashes silver. You force your eyes forward. Boot ahead. Your boot. Boot ahead. Your boot. Hours slide by. Or maybe minutes. Time is melted here. A crow circles overhead. Its shadow gliding across the road. You watch it longer than you should. It's free. One soldier mutters. Better to drink gasoline than die of thirst. Someone actually laughs. Someone else coughs so hard he nearly falls. No one stops. Not really. You imagine rivers at home. Cool, wide, safe. Then you imagine jumping in now. And it's so vivid you almost veer. You bite your lip. Tasting blood. It's water, sort of. It doesn't help. Your throat is no longer throat. Just desert. Your chest aches hollow. But somehow your feet keep finding the road. Step. 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 And the water. Always there. Always unreachable. Bodies become landmarks. Silent, still. Scattered along the road. Like forgotten signposts. At first, you tried not to look. Now, you cannot avoid them. One here. Face turned gently toward the jungle. Another there. Curled, knees to chest. As if sleeping. Each shape is someone. Who was walking with you? Just minutes ago. The road no longer empty. It grows crowded. With shadows left behind. Your boots crunch softly. Past shoulders and helmets. Past canteens spilled and rolling. Every few yards. A small stillness. You have to step around. The smell changes again. Dust mixed with sweat. Mixed with something sweet and wrong. It clings to the back of your throat. Makes swallowing harder than thirst already has. Some men avert eyes. Some stare. Unable to stop. A guard nudges a body with his boot. Checking for movement. But mostly just impatient. When none comes, he steps over and keeps going. Historians still argue. How many lives ended here? How many records were lost? To jungle and time. But walking this road now. Numbers feel meaningless. Every shape is a universe undone. Someone whispers names. Maybe friends. Maybe strangers. Maybe just praying. Another voice, cracked but defiant, murmurs. Count them if you want to go mad. You don't. You keep eyes low. The man with the bleeding foot still limps ahead. You measure distance by him. He's your living mile marker? Though you've never spoken. You catch glimpses of faces gone grey, eyes half open to the sky, a hat tipped in dust, a watch still ticking, time moving on without its owner. Someone tries to drag a fallen friend. The guard shout is instant, sharp, final. The helper drops the body, stumbles back into line, eyes glassy. The march allows no loyalty. Dust gets thicker, turning every breath to coughs. Your lungs scrape. Your chest aches raw. A joke tries to form. Something about counting boots instead of sheep. But the sound dies before it's born. The sun climbs higher, baking everything in white glare. Your shadow shrinks to nothing. Somewhere behind, a body slips off the road into shallow grass. No one follows. The column doesn't pause. A wagon appears up ahead. Wooden, creaking, pulled by men who can barely walk. It's piled with still forms. Boots sticking out. Arms loose. A silent cargo of those who couldn't keep pace. The sight freezes you inside. But your feet keep moving. Some part of you numb now. Mechanical. Another truck rumbles past. Dust curling up behind it. Like smoke from invisible fire. A breeze tries to lift, but dies quick. Heat heavier than air itself. Your lips crack deeper. You taste copper again. Your hands tremble, though you haven't asked them to. The guards laugh at something unseen. It's a sharp, too loud sound. In this silent world of footsteps, someone near you mutters, "They're counting us." But not really. You don't ask what he means. You realize suddenly. You've stopped noticing faces. Each body is just shape now. Form without story. A trick of the brain. Maybe. To keep you moving. Another soldier falls. This one slow and quiet. Knees folding. Then face to road. No shout. No plea. Just dust. You step around. Everyone does. It's easier now. Too easy. Your mind floats elsewhere. Home again. Someone you love. Pouring cool water. Laughing at how thirsty you always are. It's unbearable and sweet. But you drag your mind back. Because dreaming here is dangerous. Dreaming makes you stumble. Stumbling makes you stay. A crow lands near a body. Tilts its head. Then hops closer. The guards don't bother shooing it. The world feels stripped down. Dust, heat, thirst. Boots, bodies, rifles. Everything else gone. A small, absurd thought arrives. You wish for rain. Not to drink, but to wash the road clean. To hide the shapes. But sky stays clear. Blue and merciless. Your neck hurts from looking down. Your shoulders ache. You want to stretch, but movement might draw eyes. The wagon creaks again. It's slow grown behind you now. You hope you're never in it. Someone sighs a prayer so soft. You almost miss it. It floats like smoke. And still. Boots forward. Boots forward. Each body another marker. Each marker another quiet warning. The road swallows men whole. It swallows time too. But you keep walking. somehow. Step. 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 Even as dust rises thick. Even as thirst gnaws. Even as shadows gather silently. On the ground you leave behind. Silent sabotage inside you. That's what it feels like now. Your own body, once loyal, starts turning traitor. It begins quiet. A hollow roll in the stomach. Then sharper twists. Hunger gnawing. But also sickness. You've eaten little for days. Dry biscuits gone long ago. Rice, salt fish, a memory now. Only an empty ache remains. Deep and echoing. Then cramps bloom. Slow and cruel. Like vines twisting inward. Your gut clenches so hard. It doubles you for a breath. You swallow hard. Force yourself upright. But pain hums steady beneath. A whisper spreads down the line. Dysentery. It's everywhere now. No clean water. No medicine. Just men failing quietly. Step by step. You feel the fever coming. Skin going clammy even in heat. Sweat turning cold at edges. Mosquitoes find you easily. Their tiny bites flare red. Itching, stinging. A low hum around your ears. Endless. Somewhere behind. A man coughs wet and ragged. Another groans. Bowed and staggering. The line keeps moving. Your boots, already soaked with sweat, begin to chew your feet raw. Sole sliding. Skin rubbing until blisters burst. You feel warm wetness. Blood or sweat? No way to know. Each step is fire now. Yet you take it. Someone nearby jokes weakly. Spa day for the feet. It earns one faint chuckle. Then dies. The jungle presses closer here. Green walls, dense and breathing. The smell shifts. Damp, sour, alive. Rotting leaves and unseen flowers. You wonder if you could disappear into it. Slip away, hide. But you know better. There are patrols. And worse, snakes. Mosquito swarms. Starvation. Men who tried are whispered about. But never seen again. Historians still argue. How many vanished into the jungle? How many survived that gamble? But on this road, escape feels like another death. Your knees wobble. You grit teeth. Push upright again. A guard notices. Eye sharp. Rifle tilting toward you. You straighten quick. Pretend strength you don't have. He looks away. You exhale slowly. Sweat stings fresh blisters. Your pack digs deep furrows across shoulders. It's nearly empty now, but somehow heavier than before. You catch sight of the man with the bleeding foot. He's slower now, but alive. A small flicker of light somewhere in you. Your head pounds. Fever rising. Sun warps the world in waves. Shadows bend strange and long. Someone behind collapses. Not a stumble. A total, boneless fold. His left where he falls. Dust covers him quick. Your stomach clenches again. Violent this time. You hunch. Bite your lip. Keep moving anyway. A guard swings a bayonet idly. Not at you, but enough to remind. Keep pace. Keep up. Mosquitoes sing high and thin. Relentless. You swat. But they find new skin. Your hands shake. In a moment of absurdity, you remember a doctor's warning about malaria. You almost laugh. As if disease is the worst danger here. Your throat clicks when you swallow. No saliva left. You chew nothing. Just to trick your mouth. Another man drops his pack. It lands dull and heavy. He looks almost relieved. Before the guard yells, he scrambles to pick it up. Stumbles. Barely rights himself. You think about food. Not much. Just bread. Buttered toast. Maybe soup. The thought is so vivid it hurts. Hunger dulls into hollow ache again. Better than the cramps. But weak. You feel weaker each mile. The jungle smell sharpens. Wet rot and blooming heat. It makes you dizzy. You breathe shallow. Try not to gag. Sweat now salt crust on clothes. Turning stiff. Your shirt clings like paper. The road narrows. Twisting gently between dark stands of bamboo. Light flickers broken across the path. It's beautiful. Strangely. Even here. Someone whispers. Looks like home. You wonder who's home. Then let the thought drift away. Feet. Boot ahead. Your boot. Boot ahead. Your boot. A rhythm keeps you from falling apart. One soldier near you starts humming again. A lullaby, maybe. The sound floats. Thin but strangely soothing. You cling to it for a while. But then the guard snaps sharp orders. The humming stops. Your fever thickens. Like wading in hot syrup. Eyes burn. Vision soft around edges. You hold on anyway. Somehow. Silent war. Your body versus your will. It's losing. But not yet gone. Step. 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 No victory. Just survival a moment longer. Cruel games of the guards. They begin as whispers. Then prove themselves real. The column slows. Heat pools thick and golden. The road wavers. A liquid mirage. You sense unease ripple forward. Boots scuff. Men glance sideways without turning heads. A guard barks. Sharp and sudden. Two men snap upright. Unsure what was said. Another shout. Shriller. Then, a rifle raised. Bayonet glinting wicked in sun. Not a strike. Just a threat. A lazy, dangerous flourish. Guards grow bored sometimes. That's when fear sharpens. One paces along the line. Eyes flicking like a predator choosing prey. He jabs a man in the ribs. Not hard enough to kill. But enough to drop him to knees. Laughter erupts. Not yours. Theirs. You hold very still. Pretend not to exist. Another soldier tries to help the fallen man. A guard shouts. He freezes mid-reach. Retreats. The man stays kneeling. Then crawling. Then flat. Boots keep passing him by. Historians still argue. How much of this was deliberate theater? To break morale. To scatter hope. But here, it's just cruelty you can taste. A different guard plays a new game. Forces prisoners to carry heavy things. For no reason. A tire. A coil of wire. A rusted machine part. One man refuses. Can't. Really. Not won't. His arms hang dead at his sides. The guard's response is fast, final. Dust rises. No one meets his eyes again. Another guard snatches a hat. From a soldier ahead. Tosses it into the jungle. The soldier stares, lost. Then shuffles forward bareheaded. Into the crueler sun. Small humiliations. Petty torments. Each one lands like a stone. Thrown into still water. Sending ripples of quiet terror. Sometimes they make you run. Sudden, impossible sprint. Faster, they shout. Grinning wide. You run though your lungs burn. Because you've seen what happens to the slow. Your knees wobble. Chest heaves. But the sprint ends. As suddenly as it began. You stagger back into the slow march. Half dead from the burst. Another game. Counting. They count you. Loud, mocking. Pretending to tally. Then stop abruptly. Laughing at your confusion. You keep your face blank. Don't react. Reaction draws attention. A man fails at that. Glares once. Brief but fatal. The guards see. It doesn't end well. Someone whispers to you. Don't be interesting. You nod without turning. Best advice you've heard today. The road itself seems to side with the guards. Broken patches where you can trip. Sharp stones that cut. Every stumble a chance for punishment. Your fever dulls but doesn't leave. Sweat no longer cool. Just sticky, spent. Mosquitoes still hover. But even they feel quieter now. As if heat has tamed them too. Your mind detaches. Observing everything from a slow distance. You watch your own boots move. As if they belong to someone else. Laughter up ahead again. High, hard, foreign. The guards amuse themselves easily. One picks a man from the line. Pushes him toward a puddle shimmering dark on the road. Drink, he says. You don't know the word. But the tone says it. The man bends, desperate. He drinks. Instant retching. The puddle reeks of oil and filth. The guards roar with laughter. They shove him back. Your stomach turns but you keep moving. Somewhere behind. Another soldier collapses quietly. No one dares react. A small, absurd thought bubbles up. You wonder what would happen if everyone stopped at once. 1,000 men just sat down. But the thought withers. Because you know. The man with the bleeding foot is still there. Astonishingly. He limps but he's alive. Your eyes cling to him. Your mind grabs small jokes to survive. Like that crocodile dung sunscreen idea. You almost whisper it again. But bite down on the urge. Safer to stay invisible. The jungle, meanwhile, is loud with life. Birds scream and flutter. Lizards rustle. Nature doesn't care about men's games. You envy its indifference. The column halts briefly. No reason given. Guards talk among themselves. Smoking, laughing. You stand very still. Legs trembling with the sudden stop. A long moment passes. Then, a shove. Move. You shuffle forward again. Fighting the dizzy rush in your skull. Pain is steady now. No longer spikes. Just constant hum. Feet, back, gut, head. Your throat so dry. You wonder if it can close entirely. But your legs move. Somehow. A guard nearby yawns. Scratches lazily at his chin. Then slaps a prisoner's helmet just because. Another cruel joke. But small enough to be survived. You cling to survival like thread. Boot ahead. Your boot. Boot ahead. Your boot. Don't think. Don't draw eyes. Don't stop. Dust swirls. Golden and choking. Sun hammers down. Men fade and drop. Quiet as falling leaves. But you are still upright. Still anonymous. Still invisible. For now. Death by dehydration. That's where the march lives now. Not bullets. Not bayonets. But thirst. It crawls deeper each mile. Becoming a living creature in you. It moves behind your eyes. Into your skull. Down the cracking canyon of your throat. Your tongue swells. Thick, clumsy. Fills too much space. Swallowing is sandpaper. Lips split wide enough to taste blood. Salt burns raw skin. You think less and less. You feel only dryness. Mind parched. Spirit parched. Heat presses like a giant hand. From above. Sun no longer golden. It's white. Blind. Merciless. Everything hums. The air. Your head. The long road shimmering ahead. Light trembles on the dust. Your vision warps at edges. Shapes wavering like smoke. A man ahead breaks suddenly. Dives to his knees. Scoops mud into his mouth. Instant chaos. Guard shout. Rifles whip up. Bayonet flashes. He doesn't rise again. The column doesn't pause. You step wide. Eyes fixed on nothing. Another tries subtler. Just a small sip from a ditch. A single shot. He drops without sound. You tell yourself, again and again, do not look. Do not try. Yet thirst argues louder than fear. Your canteen, empty long ago, bangs lightly against your hip. Useless metal ghost. Someone mutters about puddles with gasoline. About how men drink anyway. Then die doubled, screaming. You almost laugh at the absurdity. But your mouth can't. It's too dry to shape sound. Historians still argue whether water was deliberately withheld, or simply impossible. But here, there's only absence. Your head pounds. Skull clamped in an iron ring. Eyes feel too big. Throbbing slow and hot. You catch sight of the man with the bleeding foot. Still moving. Still alive. But head lolling now. His face a mask of salt and dust. Men begin staggering sideways. No pattern. Like broken marionettes. Some lurch into weeds. Then vanish under rifle cracks. You hold your line. Invisible. Anonymous. A faint breeze ghosts across your cheek. It's like being touched by mercy. You nearly cry. But no tears. Your whole mouth a desert. Each breath burns. You can taste your own heartbeat. Suddenly, the sound of water. Close and cruel. A creek crosses the road ahead. Shallow, clear. Sun dancing on its surface. It's there. Real. The column halts. Too sudden, too sharp. Every man locks eyes on the stream. The guard stands still. Rifles easy but ready. One speaks. Voice flat, mocking. Another guard squats by the water. Splashes his own face slow. Drinks deliberately. You hear the swallow. Liquid sliding down his throat. It's unbearable. A man behind breaks first. Just lunges forward with a raw sound. He doesn't make it 2 steps. The guards shout louder. Rifles snap. The stream stays silver and untouched. You shut your eyes. Breathe through nose. If you can call it breathing. The column moves on. The stream disappears behind a curve. You look once. Just once. And it's gone forever. Your body staggers with disappointment so heavy. It feels like loss of gravity. Every breath scrapes. Every thought shrinks to a single word. Water. Your brain plays tricks again. Whispers of ice chips. Fountains. Wet fruit. You chase each image. Then shove it away. Before it drives you mad. Someone near you croaks. I drink rain off boots. Another answers. I drink worse. A laugh rises. Cracked and painful. But still, somehow, laughter. You almost join in. But your throat can't make the sound. The jungle mocks with its green. Lush, damp, alive. Leaves drip in your imagination. But here everything is dry, dry, dry. Your sweat is mostly gone. That's new and terrifying. Your body is done giving up moisture. The sun sits straight overhead. A white eye staring down. Your steps slow. But keep coming. It's strange how movement can go on when life feels over. Boot ahead. Your boot. Boot ahead. Your boot. One soldier breaks rank screaming. A wild sound. He runs for trees. Shots chase him. Silence after. No one reacts. Energy too precious. You wonder if your heart is shrinking like your mouth. It beats weak now. Flutters more than thumps. Your lips crack open wider. You try to lick them, but there's nothing left. The man with the bleeding foot falls once to a knee, but somehow lurches back up. You silently will him alive. If he's alive, maybe you will be. The air hums with cicadas. Steady, shrill, deafening now. You hate and envy them at once. Another guard strolls alongside, drinking from his canteen, letting the drip hit the dust. Some men flinch at the sound alone. The cruelty is casual. A kind of boredom. Your vision narrows. Tunnel of boots and dust. Sunlight too bright. Edges gone. Still. Feet find ground. Somehow. You start counting again. Not to measure distance, but to keep from screaming. 1, 2, 3. Breathe. 1, 2, 3. Breathe. No water. No mercy. Only forward. Step. 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 Lost in endless miles. That's where you drift now. Distance stopped meaning hours ago. The road is just a ribbon of dust. Unwinding forever. No horizon. Only haze. Sky white with heat. Ground white with glare. You no longer wonder where you're going. The thought of destination has unraveled and floated away. You walk because walking is the last thin thread that keeps you upright. Boot ahead. Your boot. Boot ahead. Your boot. It's almost hypnotic. Almost safe. If anything here can be safe. Your head hangs low. Neck too weak to lift. Shoulders slump. Arms swing heavy as sacks of wet sand. Every so often, someone murmurs, "How far now?" But no answer ever comes. No one knows. Rumors try to bloom and die quick. Trucks waiting ahead. Food soon. Water soon. But soon has become a cruel joke. One man swears he saw trucks. Another swears there's a camp near. But the jungle swallows those promises. The way it swallows everything. Even time. You think of a clock face. Hand spinning fast and slow at once. Minutes stretch. Hours vanish. No sense left. Your feet move without you. Automaton. Machine. Not man. The road hums with tiny sounds. Boots grinding. Labored breathing. Occasional cough. Otherwise. Silence heavier than war. A bird cries once. Startling in its beauty. Then gone. The man with the bleeding foot still limps on. He's bent low. Half dragging one leg. But alive. His stubbornness is the only proof left that living is possible. You think of trucks again. Not rescue, just movement. Even being loaded like cargo would mean not walking. The dream of not walking feels better than water. Someone whispers about surrender papers. Maybe the Japanese will treat officers better. Someone else laughs dry, bitter. Historians still argue. If the captors planned this horror, or simply didn't care. Either way, your legs know the truth. Dust coats your throat, your teeth, your lungs. You cough weakly but try to hide it. Coughing is attention. Attention is danger. The sun lowers slightly, but not enough. Heat still crushes, though now it's baked into the road itself. Every step a small burn. Through thin soles. You imagine cool stone underfoot, or grass, or home's wood floors. Too lovely. Too far. One man beside you babbles. Nonsense words. Maybe prayers. He laughs suddenly. High and wrong. Then just stumbles on. Eyes empty. Sanity unravels here. As quietly as breath. Another man trips, but doesn't rise. Two guards glance back. Shrug. Keep moving. No one dares help. You feel guilt like a slow knife. But you know better than to break ranks. A tiny part of you wants to lie down too. To surrender road and pain. But something older keeps you up. Some stubborn animal thing. Your mind slides sideways sometimes. Dream flickers. Cold water on a kitchen counter. Window cracked open tonight. A friend's voice saying, "You'll be fine." But the dream breaks fast. You're here. Still here. Your heartbeat a hollow drum. Your sweat mostly gone now. Skin dry, burning. That's bad. You know it's somewhere deep, but can't fix it. The man with the bleeding foot stumbles hard, almost down, but catches himself with one long, ragged groan. You want to cheer, but lips can't move. Another man, crazed with thirst, runs at the tree line. Gunfire snaps, echo sharp. He's gone. The jungle swallows. No one turns their head. A guard yawns loud, mocking exhaustion. You'd trade your soul for. Another swigs water slow, letting droplets spill, gleaming like diamonds. It's torture by simplicity. Your vision blurs again. Edges trembling. You blink hard. Can't pass out. Not yet. Boot ahead. Your boot. Focus there. Only there. Your knees nearly buckle. But don't. Some miracle. Muscle memory maybe. Or sheer will. The line thins subtly. Gaps where men once were. But still it moves. Birds shriek once. Spooked by nothing visible. You almost envy their panic. Flight seems better than plod. A guard whistles a lazy tune. Bright, cruel, out of place. Another soldier mutters, "If I stop counting, I'll die." He's not wrong. You count too. Always. Always now. 1, 2, 3. Breathe. 1, 2, 3. The road stretches pale and endless. You think maybe it isn't road. Maybe it's ocean. You're just drowning slowly in dust. Someone falls forward with a thud. Your boot almost lands on him. You step aside. Keep going. You no longer flinch at death. That frightens you in some distant corner of mind. But you push that thought away too. Survival shrinks your soul to one task. Move. Boot ahead. Your boot. Night will come. Maybe. But not yet. The sun sinks slow. No mercy in it. Light turns amber. Then brass. Heat still heavy. You whisper to yourself, Barely sound. Keep walking. And somehow, you do. Step. 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 Despair wears a face. And now, everywhere you look, you see it. Not one face, but hundreds. Gaunt, hollow. Cheeks caved like dry riverbeds. Eyes glassy. Too tired even for fear. Men don't look like men anymore. They're shadows with boots. Some sway as they walk, like reeds in wind. Barely anchored. You keep moving with them, though each step is carved from will alone. A voice drifts. Someone praying. Another voice hums half a lullaby. Loses the tune. Lets it fade. Someone else mutters jokes to no one. Tiny, cracked things, like dried leaves breaking in a hand. The laughter that follows is soft and strange. Not joy but survival. Your own mind slides in and out. Sometimes sharp. Sometimes cotton. Thoughts come like weak candle flames. Then vanish. You remember your name. Then forget it for a heartbeat. Then drag it back. The man with the bleeding foot still exists ahead. Barely upright. His steps crooked but there. A strange comfort. One soldier nearby talks to someone unseen. His mother maybe. Or a ghost. He laughs suddenly. Then sobs once. Just once. And goes silent. Another man begins reciting baseball stats. Wrong era, wrong team. But he keeps going. As if facts can anchor him to the earth. Your lips twitch in a ghost of smile. Then pain cracks them open wider. You taste more blood. The road curves slightly, but never ends. Heat softens at last. Sun lowering. Light turning syrupy. But it's no mercy. Just a different weight. The air remains thick. Heavy with sweat and death. Mosquitoes return. Lively now as dusk creeps closer. Their hum is endless. Sharp against your ear. You slap once, weakly. Then let them feed. Too tired to fight. Some men stumble off the path. Not running, just drifting. They vanish among trees. No one calls them back. No shots follow this time. Maybe even the guards are done wasting bullets. Historians still argue if madness or instinct drove those wanderings. But here, it just looks like surrender. Your body is foreign. Skin hot but insides cold. Hands tremble. Knees jerk odd. Like strings pulled by clumsy hands. Every so often, vision flashes white. You blink hard until it clears. Someone behind you says softly, "I'm going home." Then silence. You keep your eyes forward, because looking back is grief you can't afford. The wagon comes again, creaking and slow, gathering its quiet harvest. The sight is worse at dusk. Shapes piled, arms dangling loose. A grim moonlit cargo. You whisper a prayer. Not for you. Not really. For no one in particular. For everyone. Dust settles thick in your hair. In eyelashes. You're gritty everywhere. Your nose runs weak but dry. No moisture left. You think about sleep. Real sleep. Bed, sheet, pillow. But that thought hurts. So you stop. Someone up ahead starts laughing. High, shrill, unstoppable. It echoes off the road. Bounces strangely. A guard strides over. Strikes him with rifle but laughter stops. You flinch. Then force stillness again. Your legs are foreign objects now. Sticks moving without permission. Every tendon stretched thin. The man with the bleeding foot finally collapses. You watch helpless. Ache sharp in chest. Is down. Crawls an inch. Then stops. A guard doesn't even look. The column swallows him whole. You want to cry but can't. No tears, no energy. His place ahead is empty now. You stare at the gap until it disappears. Hopelessness spreads like ink. Slow, unstoppable. But some tiny ember inside you whispers, keep going anyway. You cling to small, absurd anchors. You're counting. The faint buzzing of insects. Even the rhythm of boots. 1, 2, 3. Breathe. 1, 2, 3. Someone else picks it up behind you. Their own whisper count. It weaves through the column. Barely there, but real. Tiny rebellion. You're still here. The light dims further. Sky turns copper, then bruised purple. It's almost pretty. If you weren't dying. Air cools slightly. Your body shivers with relief, but also dread. Cold means night. Night means stopping maybe. But also fever, mosquitoes, disease. Still, dusk feels like a gift. A thin one. Your steps slow but don't stop. The guards seem quieter now. Less mocking. Perhaps just bored. They smoke. Talk low among themselves. Occasional shove or bark. But nothing more. It's almost worse. The cruelty fading into indifference. A strange peace edges in. Not hope. Just numbness. A hollow calm. When despair gets too heavy to carry, you drift forward inside it. Empty but alive. Boot ahead. Your boot. Nothing else. Jungle whispers beyond the road. Soft and dark. Pulling at the edges of your sight. The trees crowd close here. Leaning over the broken highway. Green arms reaching. Leaves whisper secrets. Long slow sighs. It smells of damp earth now. Cooler, wetter. But it's a lie. You know that. Water hides. But never for you. Men begin to glance sideways. Temptation moves like quiet wind. Escape. Somewhere deep inside. A flicker stirs. Just slip away. The jungle could hide you. It's thick, alive, endless. But then you remember stories. Bodies found later. Bones picked clean. Or never found at all. Mosquitoes worse than bullets. Snakes silent as vines. Locals afraid or unable to help. Historians still argue. How many tried to break free? Some say hundreds vanished. Some say almost none lived. You believe the trees are listening. But not kindly. A man up ahead tests fate. One moment he's there. Next, gone. Slipping sideways into ferns. So quick. So quiet. No gunfire. Just silence. Maybe luck. Maybe death waiting deeper. Another man tries. Not so subtle. A shout. Shot cracks sharp. Birds scatter upward in an explosion of wings. Leave shiver. Then go still. No one speaks. But the jungle's whisper grows louder in your mind. Your own body leans toward it at times. Muscle memory of wanting cool shade. You force yourself straight. Your head swims. Fever climbing again. Vision blurring. Shapes twitch in the corner of sight. Maybe vines, maybe snakes. Maybe just exhaustion playing tricks. Boot ahead. Your boot. The rhythm holds you. You think of home again. But it's fainter now. Dream dissolving like mist. Someone nearby mutters plans. Slip left when dark comes. Another shakes his head slow. No dark safe. And they fall silent. The jungle hums, teeming with hidden life. Bird calls, rustles, the sudden snap of a branch. A guard glances sideways, rifle loose in hand. He seems unconcerned, almost amused. Maybe they know. The jungle will do their work. You swallow. Still dry, still painful. Mosquitoes swarm thicker now. Even on the road. They find eyes, neck, wrists. You slap weakly. Too tired to care when blood smears. Sweat comes back a little. Strange relief. But it stings like acid. The road narrows further. Roots cracking its edges. Nature reclaiming stone. You think absurdly. Road wants to vanish. And take you with it. Someone ahead coughs so hard. He doubles over. No one stops. He stumbles back upright. Barely. Your feet ache new. Blisters layered on blisters. Each step feels like stepping on knives. A guard signals halt. Sudden stillness. Men sag where they stand. Half collapsing. Guard smoke again. Laugh low. One picks at teeth with bayonet tip. Casual, careless. You close eyes briefly. It's dangerous. But so sweet. When you open them, the jungle is darker. Night creeping quick here. Long vines sway. Black and silver in fading light. Then movement again. March on. Your body hates you now. Knees grinding. Hips locking. But still. Somehow. Forward. One soldier whispers. If I vanish, tell them. You want to ask who. But your mouth won't move. Another man ahead just walks sideways. No attempt to hide. Just gone into green. No shout. No shot. He's swallowed whole. The road keeps going. You wonder if he found peace. Then push thought away. Dangerous comfort. Your brain is slow now. Sluggish with fever and thirst. But one rule remains bright. Stay in the column. Stay small. Stay moving. Mosquitoes whine louder as dark falls. Their bites are knives now. You let them feed. Jungle smell thickens. Wet, sweet, rotten. Almost unbearable. You whisper your count again. A weak chant. 1, 2, 3. Breathe. Someone behind takes it up. Then loses it. Voice fading to cough. The guards talk among themselves. Tones low but amused. One flicks a glowing cigarette into brush. Tiny red eye disappears. Smoke curling ghost-like. You can almost believe night might hide you. But no. Darkness here is predator. Not shield. The road's edges blur with shadow. Roots claw upward like black hands. Every step is guesswork. You stumble once. Catch yourself. Guard's gaze brushes you. Then moves on. Relief floods, weak and shaking. Night settles heavy. But you're still walking. Still here. Still alive. For now. Boot ahead. Your boot. And the jungle. Always whispering. A staggering finish line. That's what they promised. But when it comes into view, it's nothing like relief. Camp O'Donnell. You've heard the name whispered. All through the march. As if safety might wait there. But now, as dusk thins to true night, you see the fences first. Low. Crooked. More suggestion than wall. Still enough to feel like trap. The road splinters into mud. Crushed by thousands of feet. Smoke drifts from somewhere ahead. Not cooking smoke, but thick and bitter. Like burning trash. You smell sickness before you see it. Sharp, sweet, wrong. A weight on the lungs. The column slows. Men sag but don't collapse. Fear holds them up one last time. Guards grow impatient, barking to keep you moving. Even here, when there's nowhere left to go, then you're inside. No gates. Just passage into a wide, churned clearing. Surrounded by forest. Huts lean like broken ribs. Canvas sagging. Mud floors black with filth. Crowds of hollow faces watch you enter. The ones who arrived before. Their eyes? You've seen despair. But this is different. Empty but still alive. Like lanterns with no oil. Just faint heat left in the wick. You stumble a little. Someone catches your elbow. Another prisoner, thin and trembling. No words. Just a quick steadying push. Then he's gone again. No welcome here. Only room for more suffering. The guards fan out. Count quick. Then drift away laughing. Duty done. Historians still argue how many died here. How many of the marchers made it this far? Only to vanish in fever and hunger. Numbers swim and shift. But your nose tells truth. Death lives here already. The smell is a thick fog. Sweat, rot, waste, smoke. It sinks into your clothes instantly. You stagger to a corner. Drop where you stand. No energy for more. Others collapse too. Soft thuds, low groans. No one helps. Because no one can. Your mouth is a desert still. But you dare a question. Water. A thin voice answers. Maybe, later. You know later is cruel joke. A man beside you points weakly to a barrel. Dark liquid inside. Men crawl to it. Drink deep. Some gag. Some keep going. It's filth, but it's wet. Your body craves wet more than safety. You drag yourself forward. Scoop handfuls. Warm, sour, metallic. Still, you drink. It's ecstasy and pain at once. Your stomach revolts. But you swallow anyway. Somewhere behind you. Someone doesn't rise after drinking. No one moves to check. You lean back. Chest shaking from effort. The world swims and steadies. Mosquitoes thick as smoke now. Biting through shirt, skin, hope. You swat once. Then give up. Above, stars spill faint light. Almost pretty. But distant as mercy. Around you. Moans, coughs, whispers. Men talking to ghosts again. Someone mutters about food. Another about medics. You know better already. There's no plan here. Just surviving the night. You try to stand. Legs fail. So you stay down. Mud slicks your trousers. But it's cool. And cool is enough. Your fever rises. Sweat cold now. Not heat but sickness. Still, you made it. The march itself is done. But you know instinctively. This isn't safety. It's another shape of dying. You want to weep. But no water left for tears. Someone nearby whispers a prayer. You join, silent. Not for rescue. Just for breath. One more dawn. A guard passes lazily. Rifle swinging. But uninterested now. The cruelty of the road replaced by boredom. You lay your head back on dirt. Every muscle buzzing faint. Then fading. Men murmur around you. Strangers yet kin now. One voice rasps. We're alive, for now. No one answers. You breathe slow. In. Out. Even here. A flicker of survival glows. Weak, but real. Night folds over the camp. Dark, humid, alive with insects. The march is behind you, but its echo stays. In blisters, fever, thirst. In the faces you passed. Now gone. You close eyes a moment. Not sleep. Just drift. And in that drift, tiny mercy. Still here. Boot ahead. Your boot. But for tonight. Stopped. Letters never sent home. They haunt you now. Night at Camp O'Donnell is heavy and alive, but also strangely quiet, as if even the jungle has paused to listen. You sit hunched in the dirt, back against warped bamboo, lungs rasping softly. The stars seem blurred, smudged by fever. Your hands shake as you imagine writing, ink scratching across paper. But there is no paper, no ink, no one to send it. Still, the words crowd your skull. Dear mother, made it through today somehow. Don't worry. Dear father, it's hot, but I'm alive. I'm trying to stay strong. Dear whoever waits for me, I'm still here. Still me, I think. But even in dream, the letters blur. Names slip away. Faces you love scatter like ash in wind. One soldier near you whispers aloud, as if dictating to a ghost stenographer. Tell Mary, tell her I kept walking. Then silence. Then a soft sob. You want to comfort him, but your voice is gone. Another man cradles something invisible. Maybe a child he'll never see again. He rocks slowly. Tiny movements in the dark. Historians still argue. How many men died nameless here? Records lost. Letters burned or stolen. But you know, the greater loss is unsent love, never reaching those who waited. Your own mind drifts home again. Kitchen, laughter, hands handing you water. The pain of that picture is almost worse than thirst. You picture a letter in your pocket. Creases soft from touching, but there's nothing there. Only mud and dust. A guard's shadow passes. Silent, lazy. For a moment, you imagine his delivering mail. The thought is so absurd. You nearly smile. But night presses heavier. Humid and thick. Mosquitoes whine constant now. You slap weakly. But their feast is endless. A breeze sneaks through camp. Cool, damp, almost loving. It stirs your hair. Smells faintly of rain somewhere far. You swallow a sob that is really thirst. You think of your name again. Say it softly. Just to remember. It feels foreign. A man nearby moans one word. Home. He says it twice. Then stops breathing. No one moves. Death is quiet now. Almost polite. Another soldier whispers prayers in Spanish. Soft, liquid words. Beautiful in the dark. You catch Mater, Agua. Dios. Your eyes sting dry. Still no tears. Body empty of water. Empty of grease release. You lean back. Stare up. Stars flicker. Some ancient light older than this war. They seem to watch gently but helpless. Somewhere far in the camp, a man laughs. Sudden and broken. It fades fast. You imagine writing again. Words slow, halting. Dear whoever finds this. But then brain drifts. Sleep tries to pull you under. You fight it. Because fever dreams are dangerous. But maybe sleep is mercy. You think of survivors. Men who will someday tell this story. Will they speak of dust and thirst? Of guards and shots? Or of letters they couldn't write? A strange hope flickers. Maybe someone will remember your name. Even if paper didn't. You look at your hands. Skin cracked. Nails lined with black dirt. They tremble as if still writing invisible words. Nearby, a soldier whispers to darkness. Tell them I tried. It floats for a moment. Hangs like a fragile lantern. Then night eats it. Your chest aches with quiet grief, but also with the strange stubbornness of being alive right now. You imagine somehow, someday, someone reading these unsent thoughts, without ever touching them. Maybe they'll know. You wanted to come home. Your lips move silently. I wanted to. Night deepens. Mosquitoes sing. Your body huddles smaller, trying to keep life close. You fall into a half-sleep, where letters write themselves, but never find hands to hold them. And still, for all the emptiness, your heart beats. Quiet. Thin. But beating. Memory etched in sand and bone. This is what begins to form. Even as you lie weak and half asleep. Your body barely moves now. Muscles so drained they twitch on their own. Fever pulses slow and heavy through every limb. Another soldier whispers prayers in Spanish. Soft, liquid words. Beautiful in the dark. You catch Mater, Agua. Dios. Your eyes sting dry. Still no tears. Body empty of water. Empty of grease release. You lean back. Stare up. Stars flicker. Some ancient light older than this war. They seem to watch gently but helpless. Somewhere far in the camp. A man laughs. Sudden and broken. It fades fast. You imagine writing again. Words slow, halting. Dear whoever finds this. But then brain drifts. Sleep tries to pull you under. You fight it. Because fever dreams are dangerous. But maybe sleep is mercy. You think of survivors. Men who will someday tell this story. Will they speak of dust and thirst? Of guards and shots? Or of letters they couldn't write? A strange hope flickers. Maybe someone will remember your name. Even if paper didn't. You look at your hands. Skin cracked. Nails lined with black dirt. They tremble as if still writing invisible words. Nearby, a soldier whispers to darkness. Tell them I tried. It floats for a moment. Hangs like a fragile lantern. Then night eats it. Your chest aches with quiet grief, but also with the strange stubbornness of being alive right now. You imagine somehow, someday, someone reading these unsent thoughts, without ever touching them. Maybe they'll know. You wanted to come home. Your lips move silently. I wanted to. Night deepens. Mosquitoes sing. Your body huddles smaller, trying to keep life close. You fall into a half-sleep, where letters write themselves, but never find hands to hold them. And still, for all the emptiness, your heart beats. Quiet. Thin. But beating. Memory etched in sand and bone. This is what begins to form. Even as you lie weak and half asleep. Your body barely moves now. Muscles so drained they twitch on their own. Fever pulses slow and heavy through every limb. But inside, images burn themselves permanent. The long white road. Boots and dust. Men falling like leaves. That first man shot for stepping toward water. The wagon creaking under its quiet load. The bleeding foot that led you so far. All of it presses deep, carving grooves no time can smooth. You know, if you live, this road will haunt every breath. You'll walk it again and again. Inside your skull, Decades later, the jungle outside camp hums loud tonight. Insects sing, frogs grunt low, as if the earth itself remembers too. A man nearby wakes screaming. No clear words, just raw sound. Two others calm him with whispers, so faint you almost can't hear. Then he curls small and silent. You think of home again, but softer now. Not sharp grief, just quiet ache. Rooms you'll maybe never enter, faces you might not see. Still, somewhere, someone will feel you missing. That thought alone keeps breath coming. Historians still argue about numbers, timelines, orders, but none of that matters here. What endures is smaller and heavier. The way thirst felt alive inside you. The way cruelty sounded when it laughed. The way hope shrank and swelled. Without permission. You want to believe this will be told right. That names won't vanish. That roads will not hide their dead forever. But history is slippery. You know it. A soldier whispers to himself a name, again and again. You whisper yours too. Quiet and fierce, like writing it on the air. The night feels endless. Humid, damp, biting with insects. But also strangely sacred. As if grief itself is holy here. You touch the ground. Feel its warmth from the day's sun, mixed with the cool of approaching dawn. This earth knows the weight of men. Somewhere far, an owl calls. Mournful, long. It chills the skin, but also comforts. A sign of life outside this suffering. Your mind wanders to the ones who survived before you. Who will survive after? Will they speak softly of this? Will anyone want to know? You picture a classroom. A teacher chalking Bataan across a board. Students half listening. Someone doodling. Someone yawning. They won't feel the thirst. They won't smell the dust. But maybe one will. Maybe one will hear your heartbeat hidden there. You almost smile at the thought. Almost. Memory isn't gentle. But maybe it saves something. Maybe that's enough. Your breathing slows. Chest rises shallow. Falls. You feel fever's edge blur into sleep. But resist just long enough to think one last clear thing. I lived this far. Not victory. Not escape. But here. And in some quiet way. That matters. Around you, others whisper still. Names, prayers, fragments of lives. Invisible letters written into night air. The jungle holds them. The stars hold them. History, if it's kind, will hold them. Dust, blood, sweat, laughter. Even jokes about crocodile sunscreen. Strange, absurd, human. All folded now into memory's long road. You trace a finger in the dirt. A small shape. Maybe just a line. Maybe your name again. It feels like a promise to exist. Even if no one sees. Your head tips back slowly. Too heavy to lift again. But your eyes stay open. For a few more breaths. Watching stars blink steady and ancient. You think, they've seen worse. They've seen all. Maybe they'll remember too. Then you close them. And it's almost rest. Boot ahead. Your boot. But no marching now. Only the echo of miles behind. The night that finally comes. Slow and deep. Settles like a heavy blanket over you. Air cools just enough to feel gentle after days of fire. But it's heavy still. Wet and warm against fevered skin. You lie on the dirt floor. Head tilted sideways. Cheek pressed to earth. It's rough and damp. But somehow softer than stone roads. Around you. Quiet murmurs. Men turning. Men moaning in half sleep. Someone coughs a long, hollow rattle. Someone else mutters names again. But for the first time in endless hours, your legs aren't moving. They twitch still. Tiny ghosts of marching. But they're still. You breathe slow. Deep in. Thin out. The sound rasps. But it's life. Your whole body shakes from thirst and fever. But it's not the road now. Not the guards. Only night. You think of light things. Rain hitting tin roof. Hands on your shoulders once. A dog's warm weight at your feet. They come slow. Gentle. Without the knife of homesickness now. Just whispers of life somewhere safe. You're surprised at the quiet in your own head. No counting. No boots. No rifle shadows. Only breath. Historians still argue how long men lasted. What odds meant survival here? But tonight, statistics don't matter. You are one pulse. Still beating. A tiny breeze stirs your hair. Smells faintly of wet grass and smoke. Even that feels like gift. You imagine dawn might come. Or not. But night itself is a kind of mercy. It slows everything. It lets you stop. One man nearby hums low. Barely sound. Maybe a lullaby. Maybe nothing at all. It's soft enough to slip into. Your eyes close a little. Then open. Then close again. Each time longer. The dirt under you feels cool. Like memory of river stones. It's the first comfort in forever. You think of letters unsent. But only briefly. Too tired to ache. Too tired even for regret. Instead, you picture stars again. Old witnesses. Patient and far. They blink above the dark camp. Above jungle whispers. Above all the lost. You decide, without words, to let them hold this night for you. A faint smile pulls cracked lips. Small but real. Then breath slows more. Long. Longer. Sleep creeps quiet and soft. Not safe. But gentle enough. And in that gentleness, for the first time since surrender, there's peace. Now the road fades. And the jungle hum softens. And even the stars grow distant. Their cold light dimming to a quiet hush. You've walked so far tonight. Through dust. Through thirst. Through the sharp edges of cruelty. Your breath has stayed with you. Even when hope thinned. Let it go now. Let every muscle, once clenched tight, loosen and melt into the ground. There's no more road to follow. No guards. No boots. No counting left to do. Only stillness. Feel your jaw slacken. Shoulders sinking deeper. Feel warmth spread slow across chest and arms. Let your hands rest. Palms empty and quiet. The thirst, the fear, the noise. All of it can drift away like mist. You do not need to hold the day anymore. You do not need to be ready for the next mile. There are no miles. Not now. Just night. And breath. And quiet stars turning above. Inhale gently. Deep enough to feel ribs widen. Exhale slower. Long and easy. Like falling into soft water. Let your mind empty out. Let it be blank paper. Safe and untouched. If stray thoughts wander through, let them pass. They're only shadows fading at the edge of sleep. You are safe here in this moment. Safe to rest. Safe to drift. Safe to sleep. Stay with the rhythm. In. Out. Slow. Slower. The world shrinks small and calm. You are weightless. Floating free of dust and road. Sleep if you can. Dream if you want. Night is long enough to hold you. Another soldier whispers prayers in Spanish. Soft, liquid words. Beautiful in the dark. You catch Mater, Agua. Dios. Your eyes sting dry. Still no tears. Body empty of water. Empty of grease release. You lean back. Stare up. Stars flicker. Some ancient light older than this war. They seem to watch gently but helpless. Somewhere far in the camp. A man laughs. Sudden and broken. It fades fast. You imagine writing again. Words slow, halting. Dear whoever finds this. But then brain drifts. Sleep tries to pull you under. You fight it. Because fever dreams are dangerous. But maybe sleep is mercy. You think of survivors. Men who will someday tell this story. Will they speak of dust and thirst? Of guards and shots? Or of letters they couldn't write? A strange hope flickers. Maybe someone will remember your name. Even if paper didn't. You look at your hands. Skin cracked. Nails lined with black dirt. They tremble as if still writing invisible words. Nearby, a soldier whispers to darkness. Tell them I tried. It floats for a moment. Hangs like a fragile lantern. Then night eats it. Your chest aches with quiet grief. But also with the strange stubbornness of being alive right now. You imagine somehow. Someday. Someone reading these unsent thoughts. Without ever touching them. Maybe they'll know. You wanted to come home. Your lips move silently. I wanted to. Night deepens. Mosquitoes sing. Your body huddles smaller. Trying to keep life close. You fall into a half sleep. Where letters write themselves. But never find hands to hold them. And still. For all the emptiness. Your heart beats. Quiet. Thin. But beating. Memory etched in sand and bone. This is what begins to form. Even as you lie weak and half asleep. Your body barely moves now. Muscles so drained they twitch on their own. Fever pulses slow and heavy. Through every limb. But inside. Images burn themselves permanent. The long white road. Boots and dust. Men falling like leaves. That first man shot for stepping toward water. The wagon creaking under its quiet load. The bleeding foot that led you so far. All of it presses deep. Carving grooves no time can smooth. You know. If you live. This road will haunt every breath. You'll walk it again and again. Inside your skull. Decades later. The jungle outside camp hums loud tonight. Insects sing, frogs grunt low. As if the earth itself remembers too. A man nearby wakes screaming. No clear words. Just raw sound. Two others calm him with whispers. So faint you almost can't hear. Then he curls small and silent. You think of home again. But softer now. Not sharp grief. Just quiet ache. Rooms you'll maybe never enter. Faces you might not see. Still, somewhere. Someone will feel you missing. That thought alone keeps breath coming. Historians still argue about numbers. Timelines, orders. But none of that matters here. What endures is smaller and heavier. The way thirst felt alive inside you. The way cruelty sounded when it laughed. The way hope shrank and swelled. Without permission. You want to believe this will be told right. That names won't vanish. That roads will not hide their dead forever. But history is slippery. You know it. A soldier whispers to himself. A name, again and again. You whisper yours too. Quiet and fierce. Like writing it on the air. The night feels endless. Humid, damp, biting with insects, but also strangely sacred, as if grief itself is holy here. You touch the ground, feel its warmth from the day's sun, mixed with the cool of approaching dawn. This earth knows the weight of men. Somewhere far, an owl calls. Mournful, long. It chills the skin, but also comforts. A sign of life outside this suffering. Your mind wanders to the ones who survived before you. Who will survive after? Will they speak softly of this? Will anyone want to know? You picture a classroom. A teacher chalking Bataan across a board. Students half listening. Someone doodling. Someone yawning. They won't feel the thirst. They won't smell the dust. But maybe one will. Maybe one will hear your heartbeat hidden there. You almost smile at the thought. Almost. Memory isn't gentle. But maybe it saves something. Maybe that's enough. Your breathing slows. Chest rises shallow. Falls. You feel fever's edge blur into sleep, but resist just long enough to think one last clear thing. I lived this far. Not victory. Not escape. But here. And in some quiet way. That matters. Around you, others whisper still. Names, prayers, fragments of lives. Invisible letters written into night air. The jungle holds them. The stars hold them. History, if it's kind, will hold them. Dust, blood, sweat, laughter. Even jokes about crocodile sunscreen. Strange, absurd, human. All folded now into memory's long road. You trace a finger in the dirt. A small shape. Maybe just a line. Maybe your name again. It feels like a promise to exist, even if no one sees. Your head tips back slowly, too heavy to lift again. But your eyes stay open for a few more breaths, watching stars blink steady and ancient. You think, they've seen worse. They've seen all. Maybe they'll remember too. Then you close them, and it's almost rest. Boot ahead. Your boot. But no marching now. Only the echo of miles behind. The night that finally comes. Slow and deep. Settles like a heavy blanket over you. Air cools just enough to feel gentle after days of fire. But it's heavy still. Wet and warm against fevered skin. You lie on the dirt floor. Head tilted sideways. Cheek pressed to earth. It's rough and damp, but somehow softer than stone roads. Around you, quiet murmurs. Men turning. Men moaning in half sleep. Someone coughs a long, hollow rattle. Someone else mutters names again. But for the first time in endless hours, your legs aren't moving. They twitch still. Tiny ghosts of marching. But they're still. You breathe slow. Deep in. Thin out. The sound rasps. But it's life. Your whole body shakes from thirst and fever. But it's not the road now. Not the guards. Only night. You think of light things. Rain hitting tin roof. Hands on your shoulders once. A dog's warm weight at your feet. They come slow. Gentle. Without the knife of homesickness now. Just whispers of life somewhere safe. You're surprised at the quiet in your own head. No counting. No boots. No rifle shadows. Only breath. Historians still argue how long men lasted. What odds meant survival here? But tonight, statistics don't matter. You are one pulse. Still beating. A tiny breeze stirs your hair. Smells faintly of wet grass and smoke. Even that feels like gift. You imagine dawn might come. Or not. But night itself is a kind of mercy. It slows everything. It lets you stop. One man nearby hums low. Barely sound. Maybe a lullaby. Maybe nothing at all. It's soft enough to slip into. Your eyes close a little. Then open. Then close again. Each time longer. The dirt under you feels cool. Like memory of river stones. It's the first comfort in forever. You think of letters unsent. But only briefly. Too tired to ache. Too tired even for regret. Instead, you picture stars again. Old witnesses. Patient and far. They blink above the dark camp. Above jungle whispers. Above all the lost. You decide, without words, to let them hold this night for you. A faint smile pulls cracked lips. Small but real. Then breath slows more. Long. Longer. Sleep creeps quiet and soft. Not safe. But gentle enough. And in that gentleness, for the first time since surrender, there's peace. Now the road fades. And the jungle hum softens. And even the stars grow distant. Their cold light dimming to a quiet hush. You've walked so far tonight. Through dust. Through thirst. Through the sharp edges of cruelty. Your breath has stayed with you. Even when hope thinned. Let it go now. Let every muscle, once clenched tight, loosen and melt into the ground. There's no more road to follow. No guards. No boots. No counting left to do. Only stillness. Feel your jaw slacken. Shoulders sinking deeper. Feel warmth spread slow across chest and arms. Let your hands rest. Palms empty and quiet. The thirst, the fear, the noise. All of it can drift away like mist. You do not need to hold the day anymore. You do not need to be ready for the next mile. There are no miles. Not now. Just night. And breath. And quiet stars turning above. Inhale gently. Deep enough to feel ribs widen. Exhale slower. Long and easy. Like falling into soft water. Let your mind empty out. Let it be blank paper. Safe and untouched. If stray thoughts wander through, let them pass. They're only shadows fading at the edge of sleep. You are safe here in this moment. Safe to rest. Safe to drift. Safe to sleep. Stay with the rhythm. In. Out. Slow. Slower. The world shrinks small and calm. You are weightless. Floating free of dust and road. Sleep if you can. Dream if you want. Night is long enough to hold you.